Okay, now I can start the music. I think this is the correct one. Yeah. There we go. We'll see how loud that gets, I don't know. Alright. So, I'll do a little mini, whatever. Great start. Recap. There we go. I'll do a little mini recap because last session was just a shorter travel session. But last time we picked up with the party, it was the morning of the 27th of Terraron. Dodie and her father were going to the temple to inform the people about the shadow creature that was attacking. Kind of filling everybody in, getting some questions from people, talking to Harry for a bit, and then heading back. The rest of the party had decided to sleep in a little bit more. Erithar on the couch, Gore taking up the entirety of the bed upstairs. Before they all woke up, ate breakfast with the fam, and decided to head out for the Ihalal Temple to go see if maybe there were some options for teleporting. The paladin there was very forward and just very honest with them that they had very limited options, but that this one probably would get them kind of close. The other two options might not work at all. So they took what they could get, basically, and you all headed out from the temple. The Ravenall Temple was watchful, but you managed to kind of tree teleport into the fjords. You couldn't take your cart, so you didn't take Sponge with you either, leaving him behind with Harry. But it dropped you, the tree teleportation dropped you at the bottom of kind of like a ravine in the fjords, and you were able to start to travel towards what looked to maybe be a trail. It's your best guess as to where a temple around here might be. You're not entirely sure what direction you're going or how far into the fjords you are, but it is what it is. You guys walked for a while near the water, and eventually, after walking for most of the day, pretty much all of the day, you came across just a dock in the middle of nowhere with no boat attached to it. There's no buildings around, it's just a dock. But after snooping around it for a little bit, you realized that there were sigils and kind of a binding magic to it, that when the ship's knots were untied, it just turned into a boat. Just a big old Viking type ship. And you were able to start traveling down the waterways. Gore looked into the water for a bit and saw some fancy colors. Totally got zooted. And just had the time of his life rowing that boat. You guys traveled pretty well into the night, well, at least into the evening when the sun had set and everything, and for a couple more hours after that, before you guys found what looked to be a clearing and the start of a trail that you're hoping is the correct one. And so you stopped figuring out how to turn the boat back into a dock and stopped for the night. And I think we left off as one of you was beginning to take watch. Yes. So, if there's anything that any of you would like to do before you go to bed. Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah.
Bubby.
Love that cat.
Nope.
I think that Arathar wrote down things on the boat, so I think he just goes straight to sleep.
Alright.
Or journals, and then doesn't go work out. He goes straight to bed.
Yeah, he's pretty tired.
Already had his workout.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
So, Dodie, you are left set up against a tree, I think it was.
I will, in fact, make my perception check. She is going to take this time to write down what happened last night with the addendum of the shadow creature in her dream journal. And that's going to be an 18 perception.
18? Okay. You settle in, pulling out your journal, since this is a journaling party. I love that all three of these people are just religious journalers, just bullet journal on deck, all times, 24/7.
Religious journaler?
It's just special to me. But you take some time to write down everything, writing down the dream that you could remember, modified, of course, by Senior Shadow Creature, and as well kind of updating the little bit that you've seen of today. It wasn't a very eventful day aside from tree teleporting and magic boat, but you write down what you can and settle in. The wind still blows through this corridor, I guess you could say, of like the hill-like mountains here. It's aided definitely by the storm clouds that seem to pick up and roll in heavier by the moment. The wind kind of continues, and as it gets darker and further into the night, it's definitely getting colder as well. You kind of pull your layers around you a little bit, kind of huddling against the tree, trying to get out of some of the wind that seems to be ever present here, which I guess I should turn on, huh? There we go. Oh, your selfie. I can't stop saying that. But it's almost peaceful in a way. Kind of liminal, as taking a watch while traveling always is, but still, it is quite beautiful here. You haven't really ever been to a part of the continent that looks like this before. You're not entirely sure if there's any other part of the continent or the world that looks like this. It's kind of intimidating, the size of the hills and the mountains here and how they loom over these just ever expanding channels of water. You haven't really seen people at all, or signs of people at all, except for maybe the boat. Even then, the animals and the different fauna here seem to be sparse. But it's still just liminal and beautiful and strange. As well, you can see those firefly-like orbs of light still scattered around, which kind of add to that sense. They light up the dark greens on the evergreens just up the trail from you, as well as across the water and kind of scattered about. You're a bit closer to them now, and you can kind of see the size of them. There's a couple that are vaguely the size of your fist, while a couple more are more like, you know, vaguely basketball shaped. But they just kind of flicker and glimmer up ahead of you. It's definitely getting colder. And you imagine as you travel up the mountain that that's only going to get stronger. It's not raining. But now you're kind of settled into a cold windy chill instead. As well, after a while, there's a sound on the wind. It's quiet at first, and you can't really pick it out between the wind and the creaking trees, but after a moment you can definitely tell what it is. It's drums. It's almost methodical, the melody of it. It's not frantic or aggressive, but it's constant. It's definitely present. It's hard to tell from what direction, since the wind kind of seems to bring it with it. But you definitely notice it.
She can't really tell what direction it's coming from.
If you want to make a survival check, maybe.
Ooh. Okay. Got those. An 8. Yeah.
The wind is really throwing you off. It seemed to somehow get stronger as it became night. And the whirring of it in your ears and the creaking of the trees just kind of throws you off, and it's hard to tell. But they continue for a while. After probably close to an hour, it's just kind of become this constant sound. And after a little while longer, it begins to fade. And eventually you don't hear it anymore. Just the nightly sounds of the fjords. Can you make a wisdom saving throw for me?
Oh, I mean, I can, but I don't want to. I don't want to tell you what that was.
I think maybe you should.
It's a 6.
Okay. The drums fade, and you're awake for probably an hour or two longer after that, just kind of listening to the sounds of everything. There's not a lot to see directly where you are that you haven't seen 12 million times before already on your watch. You can see the kind of cracked and leaning tree across the water. You can see where the water is very slowly kind of burbling against the rocks. It's dark, very dark here, especially in the shadow of all of these hills and mountains. And the wind is just really, really cold. You kind of try to bundle yourself up more and try to kind of block yourself from the constant sway of it. As you kind of tuck yourself in against the tree, the cold and the darkness just kind of seep in further. And you don't really notice it. Can't even really tell that it's happening, but eventually you kind of just drift off to sleep. Who would you have woken up for next watch?
Probably Gore.
Gore, if I can get you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yippee.
Alright, bud.
Oh. That's a 5.
Interesting.
Oh boy.
Erithar, Can you also make a wisdom saving throw?
Already on it, Chief. Well, thank God.
Wait.
He's not even very wise. That's just a straight 19.
19?
I'm pretty sure it's a bisexual 19.
None of you really notice, for a while at least, how much sleep you're getting. It's cold, and the moments that the three of you do kind of like shift in your sleep, the moment you feel the wind and the chill, you just immediately tuck yourself back into unconsciousness and keep that kind of little bit of warmth that you've garnered to yourself. You don't realize the night is passing. Passing without any watch, without any sense of security. Not entirely sure what happens during the night, as there's no way to know. Until Erithar, somehow, deep in your sleep, deep in unconsciousness, you start getting, you know that feeling where you're like, this is an odd amount of sleep. This is a strangely restful sleep I'm having. And you stir a little bit, and you're enjoying actually getting to rest, especially after whatever that was with the boat and how rocking it was and the nauseousness and everything, and you're enjoying being asleep, but you just really can't shake this feeling that this is probably too long. It's probably a little too much sleep. And you shift and groan a little bit and roll over to try to see who's on watch, and you look over and find both of your party members fully asleep. It is just now getting to be dawn, probably. Just the moments before dawn. You start to wake up in kind of these really foggy hours of the morning where sunlight has just started to peer across just like a pure violet sky. And the look of the twilight colors that are kind of spanning out across the clearing cast cool shades. The air is frosty by this point, and you can see what would be dew on the moss around you has crystallized into ice. Yet at the same time as you kind of roll over and begin to sit up onto your elbows where you've laid down, there are soft patches of warm yellow light that have drifted into your vision. Large orbs of light drifting into your camp. They still kind of light up like fireflies, the smaller ones especially. And a couple of the larger ones just kind of hang like fairy lights above where you and your companions are sleeping. It's odd as you try to bring your mind fully into being awake, as you notice these lights and you don't remember them being there when you fell asleep. One kind of starts to drift closer to you, just kind of naturally with the wind almost. And then it starts to hover closer and closer and closer to you. Until it's a couple, just a couple inches from your body, and you can see this bright bit of light just directly in front of you. Kind of shifts again in the wind, and then it almost rests itself on your chest. Kind of stops for a moment and you feel this warmth of it, and it's strange, before sudden shockwaves of stinging pain radiate through you. If I can get you to roll initiative.
Uh-oh.
Well, this is a 16.
16.
This is incredibly off topic, but I can't remember if it was when I lived with MK or if when I was at home, but this reminds me of the one time that my alarm didn't go off, and also my ringer was off, so my phone rang, and my managers from Panera were calling me, and I was supposed to be at work at like 5 or 4 a.m., and I missed it. I don't remember where I was, but I missed like the whole shift.
I think you were living with me.
I think I remember
I had
that.
never been more afraid
It's cocked.
in my life.
Ah, no, come back! Oh, I need to get the... Might help if I get the monster manual out, huh?
The monster man.
It's great.
Books.
It does make sense because you do in fact sleep like a corpse.
I do. When my alarm doesn't go off, you're not waking me up.
I love
But
how
I
it also
can feel
specifically,
it.
like, needs to be an alarm, because sometimes you'll be so asleep that, like, even somebody calling your name, like, directly at you won't do it.
No.
Someone
Yeah.
has to walk into my room. That's when I'll wake up.
I
If
thought you were
walk
dead
into my
that one
room-
time.
When were we here?
You climbed in through the window?
Yeah, when I climbed in through the window.
Wait, what?
When you
Broke into our apartment?
when you were living with MK and I broke in, because I stood outside for like 30 minutes.
Oh, that's right. Listen, when I'm
Oh
gonna
my
sleep,
God.
I'm gonna sleep.
Okay. Okay, there we go. So you said 16?
Yes.
Alright, as this orb of bright, warm light kind of sinks onto your chest for a moment. Let me make sure I do the right amount of damage.
Yeah, I would hate for you to get it wrong.
Yeah, it would be terrible, wouldn't it? These two. That's 11 points of lightning damage.
All right.
That's half his HP.
Yeah, I think it is. It's sure.
You know what? I'm gonna change the music for the fuck of it.
Almost half of his HP. Not quite. If it was 13, that would have been half of his HP.
We're gonna try this one
26.
because we haven't done this one yet. Battle music. There we go. And then that will actually go ahead and bring us to your turn. As you kind of shove it off of you, as you sit up further from where you had been sleeping, you look over and see probably about... Oh, and I can put up the map too. What am I doing? Sorry, give me a second. The music is so loud. Why did they change so much about the interface? How am I supposed to do things?
Did they change the interface?
On Roll20.
Oh. Oh, they did. That's right.
Come back. Where did you go?
Okay, I can go.
There. Okay, this one.
I see the goo.
It's trying. Oh, Jesus.
Ooh, return us. Again.
Okay, there we go.
Lagoon.
No, stay up there. And then this one. Can I move you guys? Yeah, okay. We're kind of over here somewhere. Just go with that. Can I?
Guys, quick, hide behind that statue.
I sure hope that Jody and Cor aren't like trapped in sleep. That sure would suck
We're gonna do
for me.
That'd be unfortunate.
one of these. One of these. One of these.
Hey, that's a lot.
There we go.
Oh,
Goodbye, goo.
okay.
There we are. Can we? Yeah, we can see it on the thing. So as you see these orbs kind of start to drift into your vision again, you watch as a couple of them start to drift over Come here. Come here. Why can't I move it? Can I not move it now? What is the problem here?
Are you on the right layer?
Yes, I am. And I just put them down, so I don't know why I can't grab them. I can grab Gore. This is so...
It might have just done circles on the map instead of making the circles tokens.
Yeah, you might have just drawn on the map.
Where did that... We'll just make the... Why? Why are we doing this? Yeah, okay, go away. Well...
Do several goops.
Yeah, I might have to. I was trying. We'll just... Please. Are you gonna...
It goes sometimes.
Why are we doing this? Aha, goo.
You said goodbye, goo, but it came back. Oh, hey.
There we go. Okay. I think it was like that. Something like that. Whatever. As a couple of them start to drift over your companions. So, that actually brings us to your turn. So as you begin to stand up, what you doing?
Yeah, as he stands up, I think he's gonna kick the person that's the closest to him, like on the shoulder. Wake up, you idiots! Fell asleep! Wake up!
If I can...
And...
Yeah, continue. Sorry.
Go
Actually,
ahead.
yeah, go ahead. We're gonna do this in a different order.
There's one on him, right?
You kind of shoved it off. It's directly in front of you where the one, this one, yeah, is.
Okay, I think as his action, he'll cast Mage Armor.
Okay.
Which is... What's it, Dexter? Yeah, I'll figure that out when I get hit. And then as his bonus action, he'll attempt to cast Sacred Flame at the one in front of him.
Okay.
Which is a deck saving throw. Oh my god.
That is a 14.
14? That's the what's it called? That's the
save.
The save. Thank you. Does that mean it saves? I always forget.
If it beats it, it beats it.
It beats it. Okay. Cool. So that's. That's 4 points of.
Alright.
Damage.
Okay. So as you cast
and I
Sacred
think-
Flame out towards it, watching as the, what kind of damage is that?
That's what I was trying to figure out.
Radiant?
I think radiant. Yeah, it is radiant damage because it's a. I couldn't think of the word.
Okay.
Yeah.
My brain.
Okay, we're good. As the flame kind of wraps around kind of the front, maybe, of this glowing sphere, it just kind of wraps it up in flame for a moment, and you see it kind of vibrate before it goes back to normal, just kind of gently drifting in the air. That ends your turn, so if I can get the two of you to make wisdom saving throws again.
Oh boy.
Okay, that's a 22.
Alright.
12.
Yeah. Dodie, if I can get you to roll initiative then.
Cool. 12.
12, okay. So you will go after. So, it is now these guys' turns. So the one that is hovering over Gore, Dodie, as you begin to wake up now, suddenly hearing Arethar's words through the sound of the wind, you wake up realizing that you had fallen asleep in a sudden panic, looking up and seeing as the orbs are just kind of drifting around you. One is directly in front of your face as you sit up, and as it kind of leans forward, you feel that fuzzy warmth, kind of like when you used to touch an old TV and you could feel it on your fingertips. As it kind of drifts towards you and kind of, as you're shocked, just kind of drifts into your face. So, it's cocked. It's cocked again. Okay, maybe I won't use these dice, because that's...
No, keep using them.
That is 13 to hit.
13 does not hit.
Alright. As it kind of starts to drift towards your face and you feel that fuzziness, and just out of instinct you lean back against the ground as it drifts over you. You do watch as you sit up again as the next one just lands on Gore, which, because you're prone and asleep, okay.
Gore just can't have a good night rest.
No, he can't, because that was a natural 20. These dice are weird. Okay. So that is 16 points of lightning damage. As Dodie and Arethar both, you watch as it settles onto Gore's chest and just little bolts of orange and yellow lightning just shatter across the top of Gore as he seizes a bit. Gore, you are now awake. As that did 16 points of damage. Yeah, you're definitely awake. So I'm putting you at the bottom of the initiative thing.
Okay.
That was 2 of them. The one at Arethar is going to try to get you. That's a dirty 20.
Yeah, that definitely doesn't hit.
That is 7 points of lightning damage. And these other 2 are gonna... Yeah. Beep, beep, beep. There we go. As the other ones start to close in as well. That is going to end their turn. Actually... Yeah, that is going to end their turn, which will bring us back... No, this first time to Dodie. Jesus Christ.
Great. As my bonus action, I would like to rage.
Delicious.
If that's cool with you.
Okay.
And then she's going to start swinging at the one that just tried to shock her.
Hell yeah.
Picks up her axe and just starts swinging. And that's going to be a 19 to hit.
19 hits.
Okay.
Just hits, but it hits.
I'm sorry, what?
Don't worry about it.
I think there's an upside to this.
That's not what I want to hear. No, sorry. It's a 23 to hit. So sorry
That
about
one
that.
definitely hits then.
Okay, great. And that's 14 points of piercing
Is
damage.
your axe magical? Is it enchanted in any way?
I guess not. What if I?
Because it.
What if I channel magic through it?
Is the axe enchanted?
No.
Then it is half damage.
Okay. 7 points of damage. Whoop-de-doo.
7 points of damage. Okay. So you wake up, watch all of these things kind of peter in, and you remember how pretty they looked last night, and you're just, God damn it, you can't have anything nice. And you feel the rage start to bubble up and your blood start to boil, and you pull out your axe and you hit across dead square in the middle of this thing, and it just kind of bounces off your axe, and you just feel that rage bubble up a little bit stronger. Anything else that you're doing?
That's her action and bonus action, and if I move anywhere, I'll be leaving range, so no.
Alright, so that brings us to Gore. Gore, your eyes have just flown awake. You're looking up as this orb, this basketball-sized orb of light just settles onto your chest, and you just feel pain everywhere. As it starts to kind of drift up towards your face again, you are now awake, and may deal with this how you wish.
I assume it's half my movement to get off the ground.
Yeah.
I like to think he just does he bends back and throws himself up with his hands. Mm-hmm. What the fuck? I just want to sleep! And he's gonna go over here, not proccing any of attacks of opportunity. Mm-hmm. And then crack of lightning to the chest, and he's gonna breath attack these two in front of him.
Hell yeah.
That is a dexterity saving throw.
Please tell me to check on you, Tyler.
For the one directly below you, that is a 28.
Shit.
And to the one next to you, that is a 19.
Yes, but it still does half damage.
Is this lightning damage?
Yeah. Unfortunate. I'm not even gonna roll the damage.
Yeah. So those don't do anything.
Wait! Oh no.
As you get up, feeling as well this bit of frustration start to bubble throughout you, you call forth this little bit of lightning, opening your jaw, feeling it slightly unhinge as you blast this lightning towards these two floating objects, and they just kind of continue floating towards you, completely unfazed by what has just happened. Anything else?
Hold on, I have to read it. I think it's an action.
Very dramatic battle music.
Oh, you can replace one of your attacks with. Okay. Oh my god! I'm sorry! Shit. Okay, and then I'm gonna flurry of blows.
Okay.
It's gonna use 2 key points.
Monkey.
I'm just gonna punch twice, the one in front of me. But seeing that the lightning did nothing, it's gonna fizzle out of him, and he's just gonna punch normally.
Okay.
Okay. That's gonna be a dirty 20 for the first punch.
That hits.
Shit, these are gonna be non-magical, god damn it. And that's gonna be an 18.
18 does not hit.
Damn it. And then unarmed fighting. That is 8 points of damage, which is gonna be halved.
Mm-hmm.
Do 4. So the one directly to my left.
Okay.
This boy.
That's the one with 4?
Yeah.
Alright.
And that will be it.
There we go. Jesus Christ, so many things pulled up. Okay. As you kind of watch this lightning do absolutely nothing to these floating orbs and just kind of feel that disappointment settle in, just the frustration and disappointment just all kind of combining into one big emotion of just, God damn it. you instead let the lightning fizzle out, crack your knuckles, and just fucking sock the one in front of you. You do feel your hand connect somehow with the light. It kind of feels fuzzy and tingly against your hand, but you do feel some sort of connection from the punch, as just there's a slight thud. That will end your turn and bring us back to Erithar. As you stand up again, kind of looking at your companions get up as well, you are now kind of almost surrounded by these orbs, and you're not liking it. So, what you doing?
I am... First of all, can I make an intelligence or an arcana check or something to figure out what the fuck is going on?
Sure.
What the fuck these things are?
Let's do... What would this be? Would this be nature or arcana?
As he notes that there's probably not much damage being dealt already, if he notices that.
Yeah, let's say that this is... We're gonna go arcana. Why not? I feel like this counts as arcana.
That's a natural 20.
As you kind of take a moment to kind of try to wrap your brain around what's happening, and you kind of look at the near dawn around you and seeing these bits of light, something kind of pops into your head and you feel kind of angry about it. Will-o-wisps. You remember something about will-o-wisps, and you remember how annoying they apparently are once they drift into a place. You remember them being kind of hardy and both not hardy at the same time, being immune to the type of damage that they bestow, being lightning and poison. While resistances go across quite a few things. You said it was a natural 20?
Yeah.
Yeah, then I'm just going to tell you these because... Yeah. Resistances to acid, cold, fire, necrotic, thunder, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical attacks.
I might need you. You know what? MK's probably typing fast. I'll just consult their notes. Did you type that or no?
Yeah, no, sorry.
It's
okay.
Say it again.
What are the resistances again? Yeah.
Acid,
Bludgeoning,
cold, fire, necrotic, and thunder, and then bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical attacks.
Okay, cool. Alright. For his action, for the one in front of him, he'll just do Sacred Flame again, since that's, like, full.
Okay.
Dexterity saving.
That is a 16.
That... It fails.
Okay.
That's 7 points of radiant damage.
Okay. As the bit of flame completely encases this orb again, and you see it vibrate more with what you are assuming is pain. You're hoping is pain. It would be nice if it was pain. It kind of continues to drift a little bit, though you see it's kind of, the way it's kind of drifting in the air kind of seems to shudder and kind of as if it's trying to keep itself afloat. Looks to be struggling a little bit.
Okay. And did we say Starlight Step counted as an action or a bonus action and not movement?
I don't.
Oh, it's bonus action underneath the thing. Never mind. Okay, I can't do that. Okay. That'll end his turn.
Alright. You kind of look around a little bit, seeing how they've kind of surrounded you, as well as your companions, and just that just, god damn it, sinks in as well. That brings us to their turns. The one in front of you, Erithar, with its last little bit of energy that it seems to have mustered, kind of shoots towards you. That is a 13 to hit.
Yeah.
As it deals 9 points of lightning damage to you. As it kind of... You ever been spiked in the face with a volleyball? Just doink! Just right off your face. As it does that, Dodie, you almost hear the sound of the impact on Arathar's face as the one in front of you zips out to kind of reach towards you as well. That is a 17 to hit.
17 hits.
And you take...
Erica's down.
Huh. As you hear this volleyball-like noise, Dodie, and look over and watch as Arathar just kind of crumples onto the ground like a bag of rocks, this thing just boinks into your shoulder, and you take 8 points of lightning damage.
Cool.
As the two next to Gore seem to take the same idea. That is a 22 to hit from one of them.
Nah.
And a 15 to hit from the other.
That one misses.
As one just completely zips by your head as you duck down from it. As you take 10 points of lightning damage from the other one as it just slams into the back of your shoulders. This one, as well, is just gonna kinda... You seem to be tough to take down, as it also kind of just zips over. Luckily for you, that's a natural 1, as it just gains a little too much speed than it realizes and just zips completely past you.
Okay.
You also notice, as this one zips past your vision, you look over and see Arathar has just fallen into the dirt, completely unconscious. That brings us then to Dodie's turn.
She doesn't like it. She doesn't like any of this shit. So she is going to once again just start swinging. That's what she's good at. That's what she knows. Well, that's a nat 20 plus 6.
Oh, that'll do it.
Cool. Also, being very pissed off that one of her party members is down, she is also going to Divine Smite this thing.
Delicious.
Because she wants it dead. So that's going to be... $10 points of damage times 2 on the initial hit.
Okay.
Divided by 2.
Oh, it's straight damage.
Divided by 2, so it's just 10.
Okay, so just 10.
And then the smiting, which counts as magical attack, right?
Yes.
And it's not immune to radiant damage?
It is not immune to radiant damage.
Party.
A question.
Yes.
Was it a natural 20?
It was a natural 20 plus 6.
Wouldn't that be straight damage then? Because double?
Yeah, so it took 10 points of
It's
damage
actually
instead
10.
of 5 points of damage.
Oh, okay. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Okay. I forgot what was... I didn't realize the...
Plus an extra 9 points of radiant damage from the smiting.
Yep. Okay. As you swing down towards it again, just the rage building higher. It's a new feeling to you, and as you feel it almost seem to flow up your spine like this just hot bit of flame, and you can feel your cheeks reddening from the effort. You bring your axe down on the front of this thing, and as you feel it kind of begin to collide with it, like scraping across the front of a balloon, you feel a little bit of tension before it and just pops. You watch the light and almost like fairy dust begin to dissipate against the ground as it just fully fizzles out of existence. So, anything else you're doing?
I think that is the extent of what she can do without ending her rage.
Okay.
Does doing so count as her bonus action, or would casting the spell that breaks her concentration count as her bonus action?
What do you mean?
Like, she leaves a rage if she casts a spell, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, if it's a cantrip, does that count as her bonus action, or is exiting a rage a bonus action in and of itself?
The spell would cancel out the rage, so it would be the bonus action.
Cool.
At least that's how I
Yeah,
play
but these
it.
things are cool. These things are dexterous as hell, though. So I don't know if it's worth it. So I'm just gonna let that be the end of her turn.
All right. That
Spell
will bring us
modifiers.
then to Gore, who is now nearly completely surrounded by these things.
This one is the one that's floating weirdly, right?
The one that's floating weirdly is the one in front of Arathar.
Okay, this one. So it's the one that's low? I guess, assuming.
The one over here to the left of Arathar. My cursor isn't showing up. Where is my... Why can't I do the thing? Here, hold on. I'll move it instead. This one.
I didn't see it. Oh! Or is that the one Dodie just killed?
No, the one that Dodie just killed was in front of her over here. There were 5 of them. There are now 4.
Oh, I see. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. Oh shit. Okay, he's gonna bite this one.
Okay.
He's literally gonna bite it. Using Hungry Jaws.
Nice.
Okay. That's a 23.
23 hits.
And it's not magical, but... D6. Oh! That's 5 points, and I already halved it.
Okay.
And then I get 3 temp. And then I'm going to... And then I'm going to use a key point for patient defense.
Alright.
Which lets me use the dodge action as a bonus action.
Sweet. You look around, now surrounded by these orbs of light, watching one completely pop and dissipate from Dodie's axe. You turn to the one directly in front of you that seems to keep just trying to just nail itself into your chest, and you reach out, just unhinging your jaw slightly and clamp down over top of it, trying to crush it between your jaws, and you feel it start to fizzle in your teeth, and it almost kind of feels like you bit into an Alka-Seltzer. You just feel it kind of around in your mouth before you let go. It almost kind of dented in the top before the light kind of refills itself into the correct shape. As well, you kind of ready yourself, putting your non-dominant foot back a little bit and kind of gearing yourself, pulling your fists in front of you, waiting for the next hit.
And I think after he does that, he turns to Dodie and goes, "Get him up! I can't do shit to these things!"
Which will then bring us to Arathar. If you... you can either say them out loud, or you can keep them to yourself. But if you could text me either way. Well, if you text me if you don't say it out loud.
Said, hello? I clicked unmute, and on the screen, it, like, delayed it. 17.
17. All right.
I'll say M for now.
All right. So that will bring us from Arathar's turn to the Will-O-Wisp's turn. I'm going to do the 3 that are in front of Gore first.
They all have disadvantage.
They do. The one directly above you rolls a natural 1 as it, again, just real bad at its job, just zips past your face again. Hasn't made a single hit all turn. The one to your left is a 10 to hit.
Miss.
And the one below you is a 12 to hit.
Miss!
Nice. As they just around you, trying to hit you as you just dodge out of the way of all of them. That will then bring us to the one closest to Dodie and Arithar. Arithar, pick a even or odd.
Even Steven.
Alright. As it steps in front of Dodie. Steps, whatever. That's a 14 to hit.
Does not hit.
Does not hit, as it zips past you as well. Yes. Which will then bring us back to Dodie's turn.
Dodie is going to use her turn to cast Lay on Hands, ending her rage, and giving Arithar back, I'm gonna say, 5 hit points.
Nice.
Cool. Thank you.
As you lean down as this will-o-wisp zips overhead, you almost hear it, the buzzing of it, pass your ear as you lean down, feeling the rage dissipate from you, and the beginnings of magic kind of quell the just anger as you lay on hands for Arithar. As Arithar, you are suddenly suddenly startled awake. Looking over immediately, eyes flying open, to see Gore completely surrounded by just will-o-wisps all around him. So you are now up. Anything else, Dodie, for your turn?
Yeah. She's gonna attempt to cast Sacred Flame on one of them. Which is a dex save.
It's cocked. 15.
Yeah, that way beats it.
As it just kind of bobs down as the flame passes over, just directly over as it just kind of bobs in the air, almost taunting you. You fucking hate these things. You feel the rage kind of still fizzling out underneath you, but still there slightly. Does that end your turn?
Yeah.
Which brings us then back to Gore, as these things zip and fly around you at various speeds, the one just completely missing you every time, but it looks to be getting annoyed if an orb can get annoyed.
I think he's gonna... Oh, man. I'm just burning through these. Fuck it. He's just gonna punch the one to his left again, the same one that he bit. That's a fucking 19.
19 just hits.
Okay. And this one's a little bit more damage. That is half the 4.
4.
4 for Gore.
Nice. As your fist collides with it again, and you can feel the fuzz and the buzz of it along your fist, you feel it kind of bounce off as if you've just hit something full of air, and it annoys you so much, but you at least hit it.
And then patient defense again.
Okay. Which will bring us back up to Arithar.
If he says something, does that count as a bonus action or anything while he does things?
If you're just saying a sentence, that's fine. Okay. Free action.
I couldn't remember the rules of that. While he does so, his bonus action is going to be, I think, hold on, I'm looking at the... I think it's just going to be, Sacred Flame is the bonus action again. So dex save to the one that's closest to him.
So the one near Dodie, or
yeah, that one,
Okay.
the one that's like right next to the two of us on the map. As he kind of starts to ready it and looks around, kind of still waking up, and looks at Dodie. Your goddess, your deities, the power from your deities will hurt them. And then cast Sacred Flame.
Okay. It's cocked. This dice does not. That's an 18.
Yeah, that fails. So that's 8 points of radiant damage.
You said how much?
8.
8. Yeah, okay. As you cast this bit of flame out, Dodie, you watch as it passes in front of your face, enveloping this orb again, and you almost hear it start to squeal for a second before it just pops. So this one is now gone as well. Anything else?
I'm looking at the. Hold on. Keep that in. Okay. The only good spell I have is Shatter, and that does thunder damage. But it's resistant to thunder damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm so sorry. I will at the middle one.
Yes.
That's like right in four. Cast Shatter.
Okay. Is that an area of effect, or can you aim that one?
I can.
AoE.
What'd you say?
It's an AoE. It's like a big circle.
Is that one the circle?
Yeah.
Never mind. I misread it. Hold on. I'm so sorry. Oh, we said we can do for action and bonus action. We cast cantrips twice, right? That's That's a rule that you have as well. Okay, I'll just cast Sacred Flame again because I'm not gonna. Gore's taking a lot of damage, so that's a dex throw for the one that's like right in front of Gore.
That's an 18.
Oh, that saves. Wait. Oh wait, did you say it was a high number for the other one as well?
Yeah, that was, I think, another 18.
Yeah, I think they were both.
Yeah, I forgot that it was that one failed. That one failed, so it was 4 points of damage. I didn't know if that still killed it. That was my bad.
Yeah.
My brain didn't. Yeah, is it still dead?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It was
okay,
pretty
that one
up.
saves as well. No, it's not. Oh no, it failed completely. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. It failed completely, so it's still alive.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I think I'm getting this spells like mixed up in my brain. I don't know what my brain is on right now. I'm so sorry.
I put it back.
Okay, yeah. Then that misses twice.
All right. Which will then bring us to their turn. The one in front of Dodie will. That is a 14 to hit.
14 does not hit.
As it again just kind of zips between you and Erithar and back into place. The one at the top of the screen for you, Gore, is a...
Also has disadvantage.
It does have a disadvantage. So that is a 9 to hit.
Yes, misses.
The one to your left is a 14 to hit.
This.
And the one at the bottom of the screen is a 19 to hit.
Oh, that one hits.
Only one of them. As you take 8 points of lightning damage.
Okay.
As they all swirl around you still. Now getting slightly aggravated, it seems.
Yeah.
That
Gore's,
will end
has-
their turns, and bring us then down to Dodie again.
I will say Gore's breathing is getting very labored.
Yeah, as they kind of seem to boing boing off the off your shoulders and stuff, the bits of lightning now kind of seeping into your skin, and it's not fun on the opposite way around. It's not a good feeling. Your joints are starting to hurt, and it's getting difficult. But that brings us to Dodie.
She gives Arathar half of a dirty look, and says, "I'm trying, but she's not exactly a whole lot of help with the attacks." And she's going to attempt to Sacred Flame the one next to her, which is a deck save.
That's a dirty 20.
Yeah, of course.
Oh my god.
As the fire hits it and just kind of does nothing.
Yeah. And so she's going to... Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Step in this direction. I know it's going to take an attack of opportunity.
Mm-hmm. That is a 12.
12 does not hit.
As it kind of starts to reach out towards you, you just kind of duck out of the way and continue walking.
And she's going to wedge herself between Arathar and two of the lights. And she's going to attempt to hit the one below Gore.
Okay.
Which is a dirty 20 to hit.
Dirty 20 hits.
And she is going to cast Divine Smite again. So that's going to be 14 halved for the initial damage.
Alright.
So 7. And... Sorry. Another 6 points of radiant damage with the smiting.
Alright. As you kind of step around Arathar, leaving the one kind of bobbing and glitching sphere behind you, you step up to these other ones, kind of just swinging your axe again, calling on any bit of magic that you can possibly muster as you feel it kind of bounce off the end of your axe as well. That will then, if that's your turn, bring us to Gore, who is having a time.
Yeah. He's gonna punch that same one.
Alright.
Third time's a charm. 18.
18 does not hit.
And one last time is gonna patient defense.
You throw your fist out towards it again, feeling it just barely graze the little buzzing outer sector of its lighted form, and you just kind of pull yourself back, feeling your muscles still again as you ready yourself for whatever is coming. That will then bring us back to Arathar.
Okay. Can I reach Gore from where I am, or would I have to move a little? I assume I'd have to move.
Let's see.
If I'm right next to Dodie,
He's about
already,
he's about 10 feet away from you, if that helps.
okay. For bonus action, oh my god, for bonus action. Oh my god, I'm sorry. He's gonna cast Cure Wounds on himself first. That's